Okay, we're doing scatter diagram, which is worksheet number 24 on page 138. Question number 1. The scatter diagram shows the number of people and the number of phones in each building. So, let's first observe what these points are telling us. So, we have 8 points here. So, since we have 8 buildings, data of 8 buildings, so that's why we have 8 given points. Let's read the statement again. The scatter diagram shows the number of people and the number of phones in each building. So the x-axis is labeled number of people, the y-axis is labeled number of phones. So what is this cross telling us? It is saying that for these many people in a building we have these many phones. So we have 9 phones in a building that has 2 3 4 5 6 17 people. So in a particular building we have 17 people, and those 17 people have 9 phones with them, right? And what is this one telling us? That in a building of 20 people we have 17 phones. They have 17 phones, right? So using this graph, a relationship is being established between the number of people in a building and the number of phones those people have. Okay, let's start the actual question now. The question says, one of the buildings contains 42 people. Write down the number of phones in this building. So number of people are 42, that means we have to read 42 on the x-axis. So this is 40, this is 42, so they're talking about this particular cross. Now how many phones will this building have? That is 32. So the answer for part A is simply 32. Part B, what type of correlation is shown in this scatter diagram? So correlation simply is determined by the pattern of the crosses. The crosses are going up, so the correlation will be positive correlation. So just write positive. If the pattern were going down, if the crosses were going down, we would have written negative correlation. And if the patterns are too scattered away to say whether they're going up or down, we'd say no correlation. So positive correlation, negative correlation, and no correlation at all. Question number 2. 10 athletes compete in both the 100-meter race and the triple jump. The results are shown in the scatter diagram. So we'll have 10 crosses displayed in the scatter diagram representing the result of 10 athletes. Part A, one of these athletes jumped 15.12 meters in the triple jump. The triple jump is, yes, the triple jump is shown in the x-axis. Write down the time for the 100-meter race. Alright, so when the value on the x-axis is 12.12, what is the value on the y-axis? So let's see that. Where is 15.12? Yes, so where is 15.12 on the x-axis? 15, this is 15.1. This will be the first block after 15.1 is 15.12. So when we have 15.12 on the x-axis, what do we have on the y-axis? We have this value on the y-axis, which is a 12.82468. So it's 12.88 seconds. 12.88 seconds is the answer for part 1. 12.88 seconds. Alright, part B. The values for the 2 other athletes are shown in the table. on the scatter diagram, plot these points. So we have to plot 14.74 on the x-axis and 13.2 on the y-axis, and then another cross at 15.2 and 12.76. So let's do that. Okay, so on the x-axis we have to locate 14.74. So we have 14.7 here, and 14.74 will be 2 blocks away from 14.7. Then we need 13.2 on the y-axis. So this is the y-axis, 13.2 on the y-axis. So make that point where the two values meet. Okay, where do they meet? Here. Yeah, so this is the first cross at 14.74 and 15.2. The next cross needs to 14.74 and 13.2. The next cross has to be drawn at 15.2. Here is 15.2 and 12.76. So this is 12.7. Go 4 boxes above that, and this is 12.76. So this is the required cross, the required point that connects both these values. Okay, so we've plotted the points in part B. Part C, on the scatter diagram, draw the line of best fit. Now, to draw the line of best fit, one way of doing that is that you with a very light pencil draw the outline of the given data. We'll rub this later, so this needs to be as light as possible, right? So here's one boundary and here's the other boundary for it, with a very light pencil. So this is a shape, the shape we're getting now. The line of best fit will roughly be the line of symmetry of this shape. So to make the line of symmetry, I will make a line passing through this shape, and it should be such a line that cuts the shape in 2 equal parts. So let's say the line of symmetry is roughly like this. Let me darken this line so that you can see. So this is the line of best fit for this diagram, right? And then later you remove the boundaries you've made. So you rub off the boundaries. So like I said, it needs to be very light. Remove the boundary. Because the examiner doesn't need to see this, and if he sees this, he'll deduct your marks because this is not part of the scatter diagram. Okay, removed, and we have the line of best fit. Okay, we're done with part C. Part D, what type of correlation is shown in the scatter diagram? Since the points are falling downwards, the correlation is negative. So just write negative correlation and part, and we're done with the question. Question number 3. The scatter diagram shows the value in thousands of dollars of 8 houses in 1996 and the value of the same houses in 2016. One of these 8 houses had a value of $70,000 in 1996. Write down the value of this house in 2016. So we're given the value on x-axis, which is 70,000. So where is that? This is 70,000 right here, because these values are in $1,000. So this is 70,000. Corresponding to that, we have this cross which represents 140,000. So the house that costed 70,000 in 1996 costs 140,000 in 2016. So the answer for part 1 is $140,000. Part B, the values of two more houses are shown in the table, 40, 80 and 80, 150. On the scatter diagram, plot these values. So first we need to plot 40, 80. So we have 40 right here and 80 right here. They will meet. This is 80 and this is 40 and 80. So here, this is the first point, and then the second point is 80, 150. So we have 80 here and 150 in between these two. So somewhere over here. So I've plotted 80, 150. So this is the answer for part B. Part C says on the diagram draw the line of best fit. So for that again we trace the boundary with a very light pencil that we can rub off later. So we have something like this, and then we have a shape like this. Let's ignore this middle shape. So we're getting a shape like this. We need to draw its line of symmetry. So for that, grab a scale, grab a pencil and make that line. So roughly a line like this. We can't get an accurate line because this is a freehand drawing. It's called line of best fit by eye. So it's a rough estimate. So let's say if I try to include these initial points. Okay. If this is the line of best fit, okay. Part D, another house had a value of 50,000 in 1996. Find an estimate of the value of the house in 2016. Now what is the main point of drawing the line of best fit? It is that for any value on the x-axis we can now get an estimate of the value of y-axis. So even if those points are not present in the data, we can actually guess what was the value for the house in 2016 if we have a value for the house in 1996. So this line of best fit has created a link between the value of houses in 1996 and value of houses in 2016. So part D says another house had a value of 50,000 in 1996. Find an estimate of the value in 2016. So if for 50,000, let's read the value in. For 50,000, read the value on the line. This is 50,000. Corresponding to that, we are getting this value here. So corresponding to 50,000 on the line, I am getting this point here. And let's read this point. This is 80, 82, 84, 86, This will be 484, 88, 92 and 96. So I'm getting 96,000 for the line of best fit I've made. So you might get a different answer. You probably will get a different answer as long as your answer is in this range, 80,000 to 110,000. Your answer will be acceptable. So this is 96,000. So the answer for part D is 96,000 dollars. End of question number 3. Question number 4. The scatter diagram shows the physics marks and the chemistry marks for each of the 12 students. So we have 12 crosses drawn. And what type of correlation is shown, since the data is going in an upward direction, so it has a positive correlation. So the answer for part 1 is positive correlation. Part 2, on the scatter diagram draw the line of best fit. So again we're going to make a boundary for the given points, a very rough boundary. Now let's try to draw its line of symmetry. So it could be okay, this is the line of best fit. It is an estimated line of symmetry of what I have drawn, and remember to remove these lines later, rub off these lines. I think I forgot to do that in question number 3. I hope you did it on your own. Part 3, find an estimate of the chemistry marks for another student who has 4 physics marks of 4. So if the value on the y-axis is 4, read the corresponding value on this line, and this is 2. So when the physics marks are 4, according to the line of best fit, the chemistry marks would be 2. So the answer for part 3 is 2. End of question number 4. Question number 5. 6 students revise for a test. The scatter diagram shows the time in hours each student spent revising and their marks in the test. So the x-axis shows the time they spent studying and the y-axis shows the marks. Okay. Part A, the data of 2 more students is shown in the table. Plot these 2 points in the scatter diagram. So 4.5 and comma 33. So let's plot that first. 4.5 comma 33. So we have 4.5 here, and where is 33? This is 4.5, this is 31, 32. So that was 32. 4.5 comma 32. No, 33. So 4.5 comma 33. This is 30, this is 31, this is 32, this is 33, and the next point is 6.5 comma 35. So 6.5 is here, comma 35 is here. Done with part A. Part B, what type of correlation is shown since the points are going upwards? So we'll say a positive correlation. Answer for part B is positive correlation. Part C, draw the line of best fit for the scatter diagram. So for that, again draw a boundary for the given data, which will be so. We're getting a shape like this. Let's try to draw the line of symmetry. Okay, so this is the line of symmetry for my graph. Part D, the line of best fit for my graph. Part D, another student spent 5.5 hours revising. Estimate a mark for this student. Okay, excuse me. So 5.5 hours are spent. Mark 5.5 on the x-axis of the line of best fit. Read the corresponding value here. This is 31, 32, 33, 34, 34.5 marks. So the answer for part D is 34.5. Your answer needs to be in the given range of the marking scheme, which is 13.5 to 33.5 to 37.5. If your answer is in this range, that means the line of best fit that you've made is acceptable. Okay, question number 6. The table shows the marks gained by 10 students in the physics test and the math test. Complete the scatter diagram below. The first 6 points have been plotted for you. So you need to plot these points: 44, 51, then 40, 35, and 28, 24, and then 50, 63. Do this yourself. And then part 2, what type of correlation is shown in the scatter diagram? So since the crosses are going upwards, it has a positive correlation. So just do this question yourself: positive correlation. Question number 7. The owner of a small cafe records the average air temperature and the number of hot drinks he sells each day. On the grid, draw the scatter diagram to show this information. So we have to just plot the crosses. The first cross is at 18, 12. So this is 18 and this is 12. So here, then 23, 8. We have 23 over here and 8 here. 19, 13. 23, 10. 24, 9. And 25, 7. And then 20, 12. Okay. What type of correlation does the scatter diagram show? So since the points are falling, so it will have a negative correlation. So just write negative. Negative correlation. Part C, draw the line of best fit. For that, again, grab a pencil and a scale. Let's make the boundary for this shape. Now draw the line of symmetry. Let's say it is a line like this. And then this is the line of best fit. Draw the line of best fit. So that's it for question number 7. Question number 8. On the grid, complete the scatter diagram to show mathematics and English marks for 10 students. The first 4 points have been plotted. So we have to plot the next points, the remaining points. So first 4 are done. So next one is 5, 9. 5 is here and 9 is half a block underneath 10. Okay. Next we have 39, 37. So 39 will be here and then 37. this is 39, and 37 will be, this is 32, 36, 38 is here, so 37 will be in between these two lines. No, we need 37, so 39 comma 37, so it will be a little above this 37, so 2, 4, 6 and 7 will be here in between these two lines, so roughly somewhere over here. Now let's make that cross here. Next 48 comma 45, so 48 is here, two boxes before 50, and 45 is in between 40 and 50. So this is 48 comma 45. Next we need to plot 40 comma 33. So here is 40 and where is 33 will be 1.5 box above this. Okay, I've plotted all the points. So we need to have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 10 points in total. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Yes. So next part is part 2. What type of correlation does your scatter diagram show? Since all the points are going upwards, so positive correlation. Positive correlation means that if one value is increasing, the other value is also increasing. So positive correlation. Okay. Next part is part 3. Draw the line of best fit on the grid. So let's do that. For that, roughly trace the boundary of the given points and then make the draw the line of symmetry. So okay, the next, so this is the line of best fit, estimated line of best fit. Part 4. Anne misses the English test but scored 22 marks in the mathematics test. So use your line of best fit to estimate a possible English mark for Anne. So the value on x-axis is 22, so here is 22. Let's see where does that touch the, this is 22, and for 22 the value is roughly 21 here, 21. So the answer is 21. Your answer could vary obviously depending on the line of best fit you've made. And for the end of this worksheet, we have 2 questions remaining. You can attempt this as homework.